One thing you can't deny about Arsenal is that we've been consistent. We're very good at coming second, right? But you're Manchester United with holes in your roof, rats running around the ground. And I truly believe MBEUMO will struggle at Manchester United because Manchester United is a toxic place to go. It's a graveyard for players. You take Benjamin Tesco, we'll take Victor Gyökeres.
He's already making.
We'll take Glock 9. Do you know what I'm saying?
Still, all you've got is a little COVID FA Cup, which you tell us not to be happy about when we win ours.
You actually will never be forgiven for giving Tottenham Hotspur one of their first trophies in God knows how long.
Welcome to That's Offside, brought to you by Gambling.com, the weekly Premier League show where fans go head-to-head in more than one way. This season kicks off with a huge fixture, Manchester United versus Arsenal. We've got two guests that know these clubs inside out. From the United side, we've got Dev, also known as Dev FC, and from the Arsenal side, we've got one of those recognisable faces on Arsenal Fan TV, Dan Potts. We'll get their thoughts on the game, spin through hot takes, and then test them with our football guessing game, What's That Phrase? So, let's get into it. Lads, how are we feeling ahead of the new season? Dan, you've been crying out for a number 9 for the last 3 years or so. You finally got him. What's your thoughts?
I've been crying out for a number 9 for the last 5 years. I think Aubameyang was the last unprobable one they had, right? So, look, Victor Gyökeres is a talent I wanted. I think the Isak kind of saga was more towards Liverpool. I think he was everyone's number 1. But I'm happy with Victor Gyökeres, man. I'm glad we didn't get Sesko, which I'm sure we'll get into.
I thought he was your number 1. No?
Well, I mean, if you speak to our manager, apparently it was. Thankfully, Andrea Berta made him think that Victor Gyökeres was the guy, man, because I think we've got a proper prolific number 9 now. And we've tried it before with the false 9, with Havertz, with Jesus. It hasn't potentially worked for us, man. So I need that killer in the box right now.
Do you think he is going to be the difference, the next level to win you the next major trophy?
Well, he has to be. I don't think there's any excuses now. I don't think...
One?
Yeah, this is true. But look, I've got to be honest. I think that a lot of people have said that Mikel Arteta needs that striker. He wants the prolific number 9. We've now given him that. So there's no excuses. We've got to deliver. Silverware this year, I think it has to be.
Dev, few key signings for United this year. What's your thoughts ahead of the new season?
I mean, last season, among many things, we couldn't score. So I think, we conceded like 8 fewer goals in Villa, finished like 7 or 8 places lower. So that was our problem. The defence was actually not as bad as people think. So if you'd have told me, we would have gone through that season, finishing 15th, losing to a certain team in Bilbao, not getting a European trophy, and still managing to get 2 of the most prolific attackers in the Premier League over the last 2 years, and one of the most coveted young strikers in the world, I'd be pretty happy with that. There's still more work to be done, but you can't be wrong with our signings that we've had right now.
What is your realistic expectation where you think Arsenal will finish this year?
I think the minimum expectation for this season is to win silverware and title challenge. I think it would be unfair for me to say we have to win the Champions League. We've never won it. So why do we have to win it this year? Of course, that's our target, right? And in terms of the Premier League, I actually think it's going to be very, very tight this year. I think there's a lot of teams that could go in this title race, maybe at least 3, maybe even 4. I think we do have to win a major, but the bare minimum expectation is to win a trophy, man. We have to now. You can't be poo-pooing the League Cups and the FA Cups. We don't win them, right? So the last 5 years, it's been a struggle for Arsenal to win silverware. It's been a struggle to get across the line. I need to see Mikel Arteta get this team across the line this season, man.
Dev, it can't get much worse for United than last season, but what is your realistic expectation for them this year?
Top off. I reckon we'll get there. I reckon a nice little, between 10th and 1st, somewhere in there would be quite nice. But no, I think we'll, a good European place is what we need to aim for. Like, I think if we do get that midfielder, potentially a goalkeeper reinforcement, then, 4 to 6 is kind of where we have to be aiming for, considering that just because other teams have strengthened so much and we are kind of rebuilding properly now with who we've got in charge. So yeah, I think if we can get a good solid European place and go, now that we've got 1 game a week, go relatively further in the domestic cup competitions as well, then I'll be pretty happy with that.
Look at the standards, man. It's so funny.
What have you won?
Man United's, their standards are in the mud.
Should I just get our FA Cup and all the other stuff?
Listen, man, you can talk about that.
Anyway, let's get into our first game, hot take. So we'll spin the wheel. It will land on a category for you both to debate. Now, Dev and Dan, you've got 90 seconds to argue your case. Okay, I'm keeping time and I'm making sure that you both don't go off the rails. Okay, the comment section will also decide who the winner is. We've also got Man City versus Spurs as a fixture next week. So guys, make sure to drop your hot takes below in the comment section and we'll pick a few at random that will go on the wheel next week. Right, let's see where we start. It's time to spin the wheel. Here we go then. What category have we got? We have got players for the first one. And our first statement is Manchester United now have a better front 3 than Arsenal.
Go on, Dev. It's Manchester United starts.
You know what? I will have to say, if you're talking in terms of numbers and Premier League numbers over the last 3 to 5 years, MBEUMO and Cunha are only second to the likes of Salah, Palmer, and a few of the other elite players in terms of their longevity, in terms of their availability, and actually putting out GA consistently over the last 3 years. We've signed both of them, and they're both coming out of very good age as well. And Seshko, you're looking at numbers compared to the Bundesliga. We're going to do that with both our strikers. Like, can they translate it? But if you're looking at just the wingers that have got Prem-proven ability, we've probably got the best two of the last 3 years.
Okay. Do you know what I'll say? I think all of them at Manchester United are questionable right now. Because I have no idea if Cunha can transfer the form from Wolves to Man United, likewise in MBEUMO, and of course Seshko. Same for Gyökeres. What I do know is that Martinelli has scored 15 goals for Arsenal this season, and Bukayo Saka is an absolute madman. So we all know Bukayo Saka would walk into any team, probably in the world right now, right? So I would say that if you're going to look on paper, I think it's just Arsenal. I appreciate what Cunha and MBEUMO have done in the Premier League. I don't know what they're going to do at Man United. We all know that Ruben Amorim is already on fraud watch. So I would say that if you're looking at the manager right now, I know that the manager can get the best out of Bukayo Saka. I don't know if he can out of your front three.
Well, I think with the two players I've just mentioned, though, they're outperformed their XG over the last 3 years as well. So they're playing in teams that aren't necessarily catered to their abilities, and yet they're still outshining those abilities. I think Martinelli is probably the weaker link in your front three, and I think compared to where we are with those players, I think that player that we have is better than the one that you've got there.
If we were to do a combined
5 seconds
11,
left.
if we do a combined 11, there's more Arsenal than Man United getting in.
Not the front three.
Absolutely.
And time. Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest. I can't decide there. I can't decide. You've gone very stats. Very stats based.
That's all he's
From the
got.
past, though, and you've gone already proven players that have played for Arsenal with Saka in there as well. I'm going to leave it to guys at home. Let me know in the comments, okay? Because for me, I can't decide on that one. So let me know in the comments who's won the first debate. Okay, time for statement number 2. Let's see what we get. Here we go. We've got, it's landed on club, and your statement is Arsenal will finish above Manchester United for the next 5 seasons.
I think that's a given. That's an absolute given for me. In the next 5, one thing you can't deny about Arsenal is that we've been consistent. We're very good at coming second, right? So at the moment, I'd love to see us go and win something and go for. I don't think Man United are ready right now. I think this is a massive job for Manchester United for the next 5 years. Huge.
I'd say I agree with you. I don't think in the first 5 seasons, in the first like 2 or 3, I think they're going to be ahead of us. But the answer is, over the next 5, I think we're building the foundations better than we have done over the past 10 years. And I think with what Arsenal don't have that Manchester United do is the fact that we are Manchester United and we can continue growing. We can still buy incredible players even when we're at our lowest ebb. They can't.
I agree with that, but you're Manchester United with holes in your roof, rats running around the ground, and there's hygiene warnings everywhere. It's not great. It's the old Man United. I would agree with you, Dev. Right now, things aren't pretty for you, bruv.
No, it's not pretty right now. But the same guy who, like, when you guys were moving into a new stadium, you had to go Nacho Monreal and Andre Santos. Like, we all have our eras, but still, when we are at our lowest ebb, we are able to get better talent than you. And I think what it comes down to is we've still, won trophies over the last few seasons compared to what you have. You finished higher than us, whatever, but we have still been able to give our fans a memory that you guys haven't got.
And you know what's mad is in the last 5 years, in the next 5 years and the last 5 years, I look at the last 5 and I look at Manchester United, it's unrecognisable to the Manchester United that I was growing up with. They used to scare me. They used to ruin my childhood.
10
Now,
seconds left.
even with Arsenal, I still think the next 5 years, the future looks brighter for us.
Well, you're unrecognisable because you're actually starting to win games compared to the previous.
3 seconds. 2.
Look at that.
1. It's tough. It's a good debate. It's a good debate. But do you know what? On this occasion, I understand where you were coming from, but I'm going to give it to Dan.
I respect it.
Just because your first statement was, I agree.
No, I agree with that.
For the next 3 seasons, I think you will. So it only gives you the last 2 out of those 5 seasons. Yeah. But again, a great debate, guys.
Good one.
Debate number 3 is up next. Let's see what we've got. The wheel is spinning, and it's landed on players. Now, the statement is Bryan Mbeumo will outscore Bukayo Saka in the Premier League this season.
I genuinely think that's a given.
Why?
Because Bryan Mbeumo, like being at Brighton, he's outscoring some of the better players in his position. At Brentford, sorry. Being at Brentford, he's outscored some of the better players in his position. And like I said, when it comes to his XG, he's been in a team that doesn't cater towards him. Now we've actually got a more fluid front line, which are going to cater to each other a lot more. I think Saka is obviously a brilliant player. I'm not denying that. But this is outscoring purely on goals. And Mbeumo is one of the most forward-thinking, most single-minded right-wingers in the Premier League. And like I say, with goals coming off that right-hand side, he's only second to Salah in that debate. over the last 2 to 3 seasons. So just to say, like, he has to go and continue that at Man United. I know Saka has done it a few times at Arsenal, but he's also dipped as well. So I think MBEUMO coming in a new system where he's going to want to prove himself is a much better proposition than what Saka's already been doing.
Listen, it's cute and all that. Brian Mbeumo is a good player, but he doesn't touch the sides when it comes to Bukayo Saka. And it's different scoring goals at Brentford than it is to Manchester United. We've seen Marcus Rashford do it in glimpses, Garnacho do it in glimpses. They've all struggled. Your attack has struggled. And I truly believe Mbeumo will struggle at Manchester United because Manchester United is a toxic place to go. It's a graveyard for players. Bukayo Saka has been there and done it for many a season. Now, he's carried Arsenal, to be fair, on his back at 18 years old, 19 years old for the last 5 years. Well, we've been poor at times. Bukayo Saka has got us out of so many holes. And I think if he stays fit and Mbeumo stays fit, I think Saka comes out top, man.
It's a big if for Saka, and also you got a single-minded striker who wants to get goals on his own. We got 3 players that want to give goals to each other. So just by that proxy, I think Mbeumo's going to get more of an opportunity.
And time. Again, it's a good debate. It's
all hope.
debate.
It's proven with me. It's all hope with you.
Debate.
It's hope.
Okay, but like the time is up. The time is up. Obviously, first round, it was a draw. Second round went to Dan. I'm gonna give just evidence-based. Third round to Dan as well. Purely for the reason.
The lower point of these, because these are definitely way.
Purely for the reason that I do agree with the fact that Saka has done it at the top level in terms of obviously being at a Champions League club and things like that. I do think it is a big ask going from a Brentford to a Manchester United, especially in a massive transition phase.
Yeah.
But again, it's 2-0. It's not over yet. Plenty more statements to go.
We love a comeback.
And we are on.
Kings.
We are on to statement number 4. Let's go. The wheel's spinning and we have landed on club. Here we go. Your statement is Arsenal, now a bigger pool for top players than Manchester United. Now, we've already spoken about this. So, Dev, I'm going to let you go first. Here we go.
It's just not true, though, is it? Let's be honest. Like, I think people were genuinely shocked at how we finished last season. I'm shocked that we still ended up getting Cunha and Mbeumo and Sechko, potentially Baleba. Let's see what happens with that. But like, we're still being linked with these players. We're still actually being able to get these players at our lowest ebb. That's our lowest point, and I'll admit that we've been horrible. I'm not debating that. When you guys were at your lowest ebb, I saw the players you were getting. We're looking at fact versus fact. Who did you buy at your lowest point? Who did we buy at our lowest point? And ours was better. And who did we buy at our highest point? Still better than you.
Okay, I think you misunderstood the question because it's not about back then, it's about right now. And I think I'm going to win this quite clearly because Victor Gyökeres said, Man United, no thank you. I will come over to Arsenal. Sesko, they didn't even want Sesko, bro. We said, you have Sesko, you take Benjamin Tesco, we'll take Victor Gyökeres.
He's already making.
We'll take Glock 9. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll take Glock 9. We'll take him off your hands. We've got Zubamendi, who said no to Liverpool. He said no to Manchester City. He wasn't interested in staying in Spain. He wanted to come over to Arsenal. I think we've proven we can pull now players that you might look at and go, yeah, I want to go and play in European football. I want to go and play in Champions League. Man United can't offer that anymore. Yeah, Man United aren't the massive club that you once were. You are not. Unfortunately, you've only got the historic side now. Arsenal right now, I think Gyökeres has made the right decision.
Historic side is where the pull comes from. Like we've seen with Newcastle, like they're at the similar ebb.
10 seconds.
They can't get those players, but we're Manchester United.
The
We unfortunately will always be bigger than you. You just got to accept.
The proof is this season. Gyökeres chose us, not you, bro.
2.
Let's go, chose us, not you.
1. And time. Again, another good debate. 4 out of 4 good debates. I'm going to give this one to Dev. I think purely because
it's true.
One, I'm going to be a little bit biased here and genuinely think over in history it's true. Okay, I think it's going to take a couple more seasons for that point to be relevant to Arsenal in terms of a bigger pool than Man United.
Why did Gyökeres go to Arsenal?
You need at least.
But I think one player is not proof in the pudding. I think you have assigned 3 or 4 decent players this season or this transfer window when you can't, unless you get relegated this next season, you can't get much worse. So,
far off.
4 statements, 1 draw. It's 2-1 to Dan at the moment going into the final statement. Is it going to be a draw or is it going to be a win for Dan? Here we go. 5th and final statement. The wheel is spinning and it's landed on managers. So, Ruben Amorim will win a major trophy before Mikel Arteta wins another. Let's go.
Interested to know your thoughts on Amorim. I really am.
Yeah, I think I didn't expect it to go as badly as last season did, but he's revealed a lot of the rot, and I think that's what we've needed for a long time, like Arteta did at a different scale. But I think what is interesting here is that Amorim does actually have a history of winning. Your manager's just got a history of losing. So I think it's just, can he translate that to Man United? And let's face it, we lost the European final. I'm not going to get away from that. You're not going to forget that either. But I think just the fact he got us there in his first season with everything going on, and then still all you've got is a little COVID FA Cup, which you tell us not to be happy about when we win ours. And Amrim, like he says, when he gets it right, his brand of football can win trophies. It can go at the highest level in Europe and go higher than where Arteta has gone with lesser players. So I would have more faith in Amrim doing what he's already done rather than Arteta doing what he's tried to do and get it wrong multiple times.
Now, look, you make some good points. What I would say back to that is that we have already won a trophy with this manager at this club. Ruben Amorim has not won a trophy with Manchester United. And in fact, he's made you worse since coming in for Ten Hag, which is crazy to think that he's done that. Ten Hag actually did win you trophies. Ruben Amorim has not. You actually will never be forgiven for giving Tottenham Hotspur one of their first trophies in God knows how long. In the Europa League. Crazy night. And that for me is why I think Mikel Arteta has to win this year, and I think that he will deliver. Ruben Amorim might have a massive concern that he'll be here past October, whereas I know Mikel Arteta will stay here till May, and I believe he'll win silverware this year.
5.
I believe. But there was more about, that was just about us
3,
not winning trophies, not why he
2. And time. Okay. Again, all 5 debates have been brilliant, by the way.
Yeah,
must say to you both, all 5 debates have been brilliant. Although there is a point that is made where, Dan, you did say, I believe that this year has to be our year. I also do think, by the way, COVID FA Cup as a nickname is crazy. I do think that when Arteta did win the FA Cup, it wasn't necessarily a squad that he built. No. And since building his squad, he hasn't won anything. And I do also believe, you know, you've been there 1 season, 2 seasons, and already you've got to a final at least. I'm going to give it a 2-2. Okay, I'm going to be impartial. It's 2-2 out of 5. And guys, if you think I'm wrong, a lot of people always do think I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments what you think. It's 2-2 at the moment, but you have the casting vote, okay? Is Dev from United in the lead, or was the real winner Dan from Arsenal? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll let you know the results next week.
We love a comeback. It's in our blood. It's in our blood.
Okay then, it is time for What's That Phrase, where AI brings football to life in its own unique way. We've taken some popular football phrases and asked our AI to turn them into short animated clips. Dev and Dan, you've both got your buzzers. Let's hear what they sound like. Okay, standard buzzer.
Jeez, all right.
Okay, cops are coming for you. Anyway, as soon as you think you know the phrase, hit your buzzer. The first one to hit your buzzer gets to answer it. However, if you get it wrong, it moves over to the other player, okay? Get the phrase right and you'll unlock a chance at the picture round. That's an image of a player who's featured in a Manchester United versus Arsenal match. The computer will randomly remove one of the 4 squares covering the image. Guess the player correctly and you'll win the round and the point. Get it wrong and we go back to the next phrase. But remember, you can only guess the picture round after guessing a correct phrase. Guys, it is the first to 3 points. Let's see what AI has cooked up for us. And here's your first animation. Right, so what do we think this is then? Oh, Dan's gone quick.
Bottle job.
Boom.
Oh,
There we go.
the job.
And of course it would be Dan that
Of
got
course
that
you,
right.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You can hear it like-
Okay, so yeah,
Both of you.
as you can see from the animation, it is bottle job. So let's go to our first square. It's going to randomly decide what square it is. Oh, it's gone bottom right.
Wow.
It's a difficult one. You've got the number
If you get that.
and you've got a little bit of,
It's got a wristband.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Wristband.
Paramount Plus. Who was that?
What is that? What is that? Who is that?
What are you thinking?
Arsenal or United?
Oh, Dev might think he's got it. I'm going to have to push you for an answer.
Oh, no, I'm going to have to pass this one.
Okay then, Dan's not got it, so we go into our next animation. Here we go. What have we got? Who's gonna buzz first? Oh, it's Dev.
Sweeper keeper.
Yes, good. Okay, so can the second square
Quick for me, man.
please be revealed? Here we go. It's going for. Oh, that is a
Yep.
big clue.
I've got it.
And your answer is
Alexis Sanchez.
correct. There we go. 1-0, Dev. Is that the answer you had for the first
Weirdly,
round?
no. I was gonna go Hoyland on the.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was Atalanta, but it's Inter.
So there we go then. It's 1-0.
It's probably the best square you could have revealed.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
genuinely is.
It's a great effort.
Let's go. Back to the animations. Here we go. Think about it literally.
Oh,
Oh!
World Cup.
Yes, here we go.
I was thinking,
Can we reveal the first square? It is the top
oh,
left.
that's one of our boys, Anderson.
There we go. Yes.
Well done, man.
So quick. It's 2-0. By the way, it's first to 3. If you get the next one right, you've done it.
You're going to do me here, I thought.
Back to the animations. Here we go.
Ando, come on. Putting it on the plate. Putting it on a plate.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. Okay, so you're on fire. Let's reveal the next square.
Come on. Be nice to me.
It's gone bottom left.
Dortmund. Okay, that's a Dortmund kit. I'm just going to think who's played for... Did he play for you? I don't even think he did. No, he didn't. I'm just going to have a stab in the dark. Sabitzer?
It's incorrect. We're going to go to back to the animations. Here we go. What's our next animation?
Oh,
Dan has gone
Please
for
say
it.
it's safe hands.
You're correct.
Oh.
Here we go, Dan.
very good.
For your chance, can you steal a point? So the second square is bottom
horror.
right, and it's not been favourable for you.
No, not at all.
But is your football knowledge going to get you out of jail?
Henrik Mkhitaryan.
Ooh.
Is correct.
Fair.
Great knowledge. And from that
That's the fair.
is impressive. No face, no nothing. Very, very impressive. Okay, so it's 2-1. Back to the animations. Let's do it.
Forgot about it.
It's quick.
Clean sheet.
It is clean sheets. Correct. Let's go and reveal our first square.
Great.
I mean, you still do have a guess. It's not ideal.
Fantastic.
You've got a right side of a leg and you've got a couple of fingers.
Whose finger looks like that? Who likes to... I'm going to go
You
with...
try and get from shorts, maybe.
He doesn't even have a number on his shorts. I'm going to go with Memphis Depay.
Back to the animations.
Yep.
Let's go.
Surely.
Yes.
Surely that was me. Parking the bus.
Yes. Good. Okay. Second square to be revealed. Is this going to help you out further?
Go on, give me a face.
And it's gone for...
Oh.
Oh! He thinks he's got it. He thinks he knows it.
Oh, it's our boy, one of the Fluminense twins. That is Rafael.
And he's done it. There we go. It is 3-1 to Dev. You were very, very quick on that.
Yeah.
Extremely quick. Congratulations. Dan, anything you got to say?
No, man, I was never going to win that, bro. I was never going to win that. It was animations that got me, and then I think the squares were kind. I would have got the players in that order of would have had it, but I never would have beaten him on catchphrases, man. I was way too slow.
Mkhitaryan I was never getting, to be fair. So
Yeah, but I think I would have got I definitely would have got Sanchez. I would have got Rafael, but I wouldn't have got it from the first shorts, man.
Anderson.
I
You've
see
got
Leon.
Anderson?
I wouldn't have got Anderson. Not from the first one. That was impressive, bro. But I mean, the Leon thing, I'm thinking, who even played for Leon that was at Arsenal? Oh, man.
Lacazette.
I said, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could see it when Lacazette.
Exactly,
So I was
yeah.
like, wow.
So there we go then. That was What's That Phrase wrapped up, and today's winner is Dev. Big thanks to Dev and Dan for joining us and helping kick off the first ever episode of That's Offside. Next week, we're looking ahead of the Man City versus Spurs fixture, so get your statements in for the hot take wheels. You might see yours come up on the show. Remember, new episodes drop every Friday ahead of the weekend's games, so subscribe and stay tuned. We'll see you next week.